I'm just going to quickly go through this. Hopefully it won't be too boring for you. There's definitely some news on the other page, and that's it, just 2 pages. Not much to speak about. It's my third day in the hospital, loony bin, you can call it. And I've literally figured out every single possible thing I could figure out about this place. It's a closed loop, so complete control over everything. The email address I used yesterday to call on a pretend court, it's all fake, the whole thing. The email address bounced back, so there is no actual court involved in this. There's no police involved in this. There's no healthcare involved in this, because everyone who's sent here is actually brainwashed and stupid. They just have a narrative and they stick to it, and that's it. They take stupid notes. They never question anything, or whatever they do question is actually stupid. I don't know. Like I said, it's pretty boring, very stupid. I ran out of things to analyze. Everything's repetitive. I figured out what's going on with the people. Some of them have medical background, folks, which I did not expect. So because people in the medical background actually have linked to the demonic, they're more susceptible to being in here. Yeah, so that's something I never thought about. Obviously you have to be at the bottom, so kind of like a nurse, or a pharmacist or something like that. You will never be looked up if you're at the top, so yeah, they always need somebody to study, because they get bored all the time. They run out of, don't know, I mean, they have to be funded by somebody, and whatever the agenda is, they will feed people into it, and that's it, do their thing. Right, so boring news, breakfast with people voluntarily coming to accept their demonic medication. Before that, I went back and forth over time and things, because when I'm on the computer, I actually get to edit everything, but now it's like I'm dotting around with the details. It's not really that important. I'm just logging it, probably the last log, because like I said, it's too boring. Everything's too boring and stupid. I can't see any exit out of here. The only thing I could think about was Hashmalim, which is perhaps Pleiadian troops coming to rescue me. They do know who I am. They know I'm the Davidic, that's how they call me, Davidic queen. So the Davidic dynasty, the Lord's kingdom. They don't believe in the Lord, but they do believe in me, and they visited me. So if they're not in charge of galactic rescue of me from this place, I can't think of anything else that might be, unless Joseph is a bit more than me in a way, I don't know, with more authority in this realm, I don't know. But yeah, that's my only two thoughts about who will scoop me out of here. And like I said, I do not believe that the email I sent, the one I sent to the email address on the actual form bounced back, which means the email address does not exist. Google said that there is no such thing as justice.gov.uk. It doesn't exist. So if the form is incorrect, because I have found mistakes everywhere, literally everywhere, times wrong, people's names wrong, my name wrong, everything's wrong, so nobody can spell in this place. Nobody has the actual information correctly. So if there was an error on that, and there is a tribunal, which I do not believe anymore, because the Lord kind of hinted at the demonic trying to scare me, which means me putting trust in a tribunal that does not exist, and they reject me or something. They're saying, oh, you don't need rescuing, you definitely belong here. So yeah, I think that's what the Lord was trying to say, that there definitely is no tribunal, which is why the email bounced back to me, which was proof that whatever's coming to rescue me has nothing to do with any human system on earth. Yeah, so there you go. So that's the exciting thing. But it's going to take, I don't know, days, weeks, until I reach my maximum of poison in the body, that's when the Lord is able to give orders, because that's when my test is done. I'm tested to my upper limits in terms of poisons, and I don't know if there's any psychological trauma going on. I had vision of my nervous system being on fire from the drug, so I don't know if that's correct. We'll have to see. I'll probably not log it because it's boring, but just to mention. So I expect some pain. There will be some pain, nervous system pain probably, which will probably cause me to feel like exploding, like I'm about to explode or something like that, kind of like burning the nervous system uncontrollably, not being able to stop the effects, feeling itchy. That's my vision, so I don't know. That's probably what's going to happen. And it was linked to a story I know from the past of somebody who was paralyzed by their demonic husband, and he was putting ice on top of her to test if she's reacting or not, if she's definitely a goner, like definitely paralyzed, because he was stuffing her with medicine, and he knew what to give her to keep her there, to make her crazy and walk around naked in the house and stuff like that. So I know her story and how much she suffered physically, and I'm wondering if it really is true, because obviously I never took anything damaging before. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So 8 a.m. Started with some screaming, demonic attacks I call them, because there's nothing else. What else is there? So people are being attacked by the demonic in this building because they're a target, they're weak, they're whatever, and bipolar, because they're fed so many pills and drugs and stuff, whatever. So she calls herself Captain Frog, which made me think of the Arcturian race, which is me. So I thought I empathize with her. I don't know. She does have kids, but I don't think these people will ever see the day of light, metaphorically, So yeah, it's not going to matter, is it? What I'm here for is actually something kind of different. It's like I said, I'm being tested to my limits, which are kind of to prove me that I'm worthy to receive higher realm psychic abilities. So that's my upgrade, but I have to suffer for it first. So yeah, this is my suffering. It starts tomorrow morning. So the staff came in her room to inject her. They were telling her that. I didn't actually see it because they closed the doors. I will not be going to their office to receive my forced injection. They will have to come to my room. And the doctor today was pointing at his right leg, like right thigh. So I think I'll be taking my trousers off for that. So embarrassing, I'm not just being destroyed. They want me to strip for them as well. Oh, so sick. Anyway, all these people actually go to hell, so they're not relevant to my story, except that I'm receiving an upgrade because of them. So I have to just take it like a pro. I have my breakfast and got water in my jug and left my room. So yeah, at that point I was still drinking, they say filtered water, so I can tell the difference between the tap. So there's definitely a difference there, but I still don't know what pH has, so I'm not using it anymore. Okay, what else? Right. I had my flash on while listening to the drama with the Captain Frog. So they decided I must be filming. I got nothing, so I deleted it, got rid of whatever it was there, while sitting for a chat. The nurse wanted to see my last video, so somehow her mind was drifting all over the place, so she then wanted to see what I filmed yesterday. So I I literally showed her my YouTube channel, I showed her my notes, and then I showed her that I filmed my notes. But nobody wants to know what's in them. So stupid.